they don't want to fall off the stage. So. Troy, always magnificent. Always magnificent. You all are a lucky few because this is his swan song. He's leaving, and they've got to, work elsewhere. You got to go with him when he is, and I get that. So thank you so much for spending this last Sunday with us. We appreciate it. So, good morning, beloveds.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you, those of you who are joining us on Facebook. So, as you know, I've moved over to Fort Worth, and everyone is asking me, and thank you so much for your loving, kind words and all that. And everybody said, "Oh, hey, come see you tomorrow." We'll talk after the church. Y'all moved in. Y'all here. Y'all moved in. And my response is, "Well, the boxes are here." It's going to take a minute, but I have declared that this week I will move in this one. So I wanted to talk with you a little bit about how I got here, how I got to the place that I am, in the apartment that I'm in. Because there are so many choices in the universe, right? Amen? Hallelujah?
Amen.
And so I was looking at, if you guys have been downtown, I was looking at the HEB, the Historic Electric Building, and I was looking at an apartment on the 14th floor. It was just amazing, just tall windows and a lot of light, and you get to live downtown. And that was really great, but it was also going to cost me so much money.
Yeah.
So, that's, okay, and there's a choice. And then I was looking at a place over in Overton Park, and they've got like a handmade lake right there, and I could get an apartment that was, about a one-story, right there where I could look at the water off of my patio. And I thought, that's nice. That's nice, and that'll be good. But it was kind of plain in terms of the apartment itself. It was like a little square building. It wasn't really speaking to me. And then I found this other place that was built in the 1920s, and so it's a great building, and it's an old established, and the guy that bought it is now redecorating it. And in fact, when I went to see him about it, he said, "Oh, great! By the time you're ready to move, I'll have fixed this apartment up." So I got a chance to talk about how I wanted it fixed and the colors I wanted and all of that. So it was just really great. So my point is how do you then make that decision? How did I make the decision as to where exactly I was going to live? Because that's part of the choices, right? We get choices, then how do we choose? And so I looked at all of those things that I shared with you, and I thought, okay, so what place could I live that would feed my soul, that was close to where I wanted to be, near enough downtown, near enough to hear, and that wouldn't hawk my future. Right? And that's how I made that decision. So what I want to talk with you today about is about choices. There is so many. Did that not go? That's not working. Can you go to the next one? I don't know why it's not. There it is. There are so many choices in our lives. And we are always at choice on so many things. Every day, throughout the day. Choices. Where we're going to go, what stores we're going to go, what food we're going to buy, all kinds of things. We have lots of choices. I mean, if you just think about phone service. Have you been in a phone store? My nephew, is that me? My nephew is getting ready. He got an opportunity to go and speak before a group in Africa. And so he sent out, he's doing a GoFundMe thing. And most of the family, can you turn off the microphones around me? Just make sure this is the only one that's on.
It is.
Okay. All the family has iPhones. I'm the only one that has an Android. Because when I was in Asia, that's the one that worked. I mean, iPhones, I'm sorry, didn't work over there. The buttons kept stopping because it was just, I don't know if it was just too moist or what, but I had two phones and they stopped working. So I just got an Android, and which I love. I love it and it's cheaper. But the whole rest of the family has iPhones. So when my nephew sent me this GoFund thing, and it was about how to help him, go to Africa or whatever. There were about 15 messages, because apparently from an iPhone to an Android, for every sentence that they write, it's like a new message. so this whole long thing of messages from him, and it kept pinging every time I got something from him. Who is this? Blowing up my phone. My point is, choose an Android over an iPhone when I'm pressured a lot by my family? Every time they send out group messages, mine is the only one. Who is it on here that's got an Android? They know it's me. They just clown me. They just clown me. But we have choices to make. The best way, I believe, to make choices is to think about who you are and what your core values are. We talk about this all the time, about identifying who you are, what it is you believe in, and going through life with your core values ahead. And I talk about keeping it simple. Of course, we have more than 5. But I'm thinking, if we just keep the 5 top core values for us in mind as we're going through life and making choices, it makes it easier. The ones that I have italicized are the ones that are top ones for me. The spiritual connection, loving people, being compassionate, having courage, and being joyful. I told you at the beginning of the year, joy is my intentional word for the year, so clearly that's in my top 5. Courage always has to be in the top 5 because you can't do anything if you're not courageous enough to take action. So courage is always in my top 5, and clearly my spiritual connection with George is always there. But the other 2, they kind of come and go depending on what I'm looking at doing. Intelligence might come up because I'm taking classes, I'm trying to learn how to be a better leader. So that comes up into my top 5, and there's certain things go down. But I have my top 5, and I'm encouraging you to do the same, so that when we're making choices in our lives, it becomes easier because we come from our core value. It's easier to make a choice. Happiness with our choices is about making an unwavering choice. While we become unhappy is because we make a choice and then we worry about the one we didn't do. I made this choice, or maybe I should have done that. And maybe I could have, should have, would have, right? So the question becomes not only just making a choice, but making a choice that you feel good about that's unwavering. I love the apartment that I'm in. I can see myself being there for the next 5 years until I save up enough money, because property's expensive, until I save up enough money to actually buy a place. I feel I'm going to be there for a while, so that was a good choice for me. Worrying about the choice you make sets limits on your happiness. So, I have a story here. I don't even know what this story is about. I can't even read my own handwriting. This is awful. Oh, I already told you the story, that's why. It's about me. I already told you the story. It was about moving to the place that I moved in as opposed to moving downtown to the HEB or moving to the lake. I chose to do that. So a choice is about the ability to decide between several possibilities, because we are in an abundant society, several possibilities to either act or not to act. Because to say no is also a choice, right? So how do we do that? How do we choose what is of value? Because I said let's go to our core value, but how do we know what is of value to you? It's very different than what is of value to me. It comes from fearless, and that's why courage is always in the top 5 for me, fearless self-examination. Who exactly are you? What do you want to be? I was speaking with someone this morning, and they were talking about drama in life. Drama happens. People get hurt, you have to attend to it, whatever it is. There's drama. 2 things we came to at the end of that conversation. No matter what's happening, there's joy in the morning. When it's through, joy comes. And number 2, whatever drama you're going through, you decided to go through it because it's who you are, and you can do no less. Sometimes the things you value and what you choose to do and who you choose to be, drama comes with it. Life gets hard sometimes, but you can deal with it, you can live with it because it's who you are. It's the value. Do you need to do something, Phil? No? Okay. It's one of the core values, to be compassionate, to care for someone else, to be in relationship, whatever those core values are. So it's very important that you take an examination of who you are and show up in all your choices, in all your life, with who you are. So my sister, and it's just interesting, I talk about her a lot, my oldest sister, and she passed away 5 years ago, and it seemed like yesterday. And if you've lost someone, you know it always seemed like yesterday. Always seemed like yesterday. But she and I she lived in Dallas. We were both kind of raised in and out of Waco, and so she had a home there, and she ended up moving up to Dallas and working at SMU. And we were down in Waco because there was first of all, we are grillers. We love barbecue. My brother-in-law is a fabulous griller. My uncle was a fabulous barbecue and grill. So is my dad. My son is. We love grilled meat. And so, there was a great place to get wonderful sausage down in Temple, Texas. And they had the nerve to shut down. we actually called them up, like, what are you talking about? When are you opening? Oh, we don't know. Well, let us know. Put us on the list. So anyway, we had the secondhand thing was there's a meat shop in Waco that has second in line priorities, but good sausage. So we actually took a trip to get this sausage. So my sister and I were walking around. It was HEB, HEB. I mean, it's pretty big. There's lots of choices, lots of departments. So we were walking around, and we picked the sausage up, we looked at some other stuff, and so we were just kind of walking. And I glanced over at my sister. And okay, so a description. She's 5'2", so it's not short. But not tall. She's 5'2", in flats, so she wears flats. She had this long, like granny skirt on. It was a black granny skirt. And she had a black sweater because she said she was cold. It was cold in the store. But I looked over her, and she had that black sweater wrapped around her face like this. And I looked at her and I said, "What are you doing? What's happening?" She goes, "Oh, my asthma's kicking up." And she said, "It feels better, if I put this up to breathe, my asthma kicking up." And so, being the sympathetic person that I am, I said to her, "Well, you look crazy. You look like a terrorist." She did this. Now, my sister's watching. She would know what this means. My little sister's watching. This is how she did. She looked at it. That's her look, which says, you know what that means? I don't care. I don't care what you think. I am going to look like what I want to look like. Now, this is what my baby sister looks like. Queenie. Always dressed to the nines. Her and my mother, matching shoes, matching hats, just every color of shoe in the world and purse to match. Now, have you guys ever seen me in anything but black shoes? No. You have not. And I don't even care that the purse matches, because you see this is the brown purse. I don't care. It's wet fit. It's wet, right? That is not me. But that's my sister, that was my mother, that's my little niece. There's many of us in the family like that. My sister, my older sister did not care. She is who she wants to be. This is who my baby sister is. And she shows it this way all the time because it matters to her. My older sister, she could look like a terrorist. She didn't care what she looked like because she knew who she was. And I have spoken about her funeral, and I will always talk about it because it was amazing. There were 5, I'm not kidding, 5 memorials for her. Okay. One the family did, 2 from her job, because she worked at SMU, and she worked around the students. She helped the students who were trying to become lawyers. I'm not really sure how to graduate. So the students did a memorial with the teachers. They also did a memorial run, a 5K run. They did a run for her. Her church did one, and there was one other group. I can't remember who it was. Anyway, there were 5 memorials for her. And all of them wanted us all to come, and we just simply could not. It was just too sad. My point, though, is how many people loved her. Every last one of those memorials were filled with people who loved her. Her values were clear. It was not about her clothes. She didn't care what she looked like. But she clearly had compassion, love, all the things that endears you to people. But that's how many, I hope I have a 10th of the people showing up at my funerals that she had. It was unbelievable. So that's the value of knowing yourself and knowing what matters to you. What matters to you? It doesn't make any difference what I say. It doesn't make any difference how I looked at her. She didn't care. We don't. What matters to you? That's how you make choices in your life. Fearless examination of yourself and what matters to you, and show up in that way. Now, I have this easy way. Did I not put that up? Oh, man. I had this great picture, but apparently I didn't put it up. Anyway.
Something fell when you opened it.
Oh, yeah, that's just this thing here.
Okay.
No, there's a picture on the slide that I want to show you. But I'm going to go ahead and tell this story, and then hopefully that picture will show up. Anyway, here's an easy way to choose. I call it the jelly sandwich choice. So, you see a little girl, picture this, because that's what the picture is, whenever it shows up, got jelly all over her face. She got a open-faced jelly sandwich in her hand. Now, let me ask you this. If she were to walk and she drops it, which way do you think the jelly's going to fall?
It was like that.
Correct. And you're just going to go, oh no, my carpet. That's the response. So here's how the jelly sandwich choice happens. You get yourself a card. I'm going to go ahead and use this as my card. Get yourself a card. And let's just pick 2 choices. Say you got 5 choices. We'll just pick the top 2 you think. Put them up, or the bottom 2, doesn't matter. Put them on the card. One on one side, one on the other. And then drop it. And when you look down, whatever choice is facing up, are you saying, oh, good? Or are you saying, oh, no? Right? Oh, good. Oh, no. You know that second choice wasn't for you. Scratch that off. Start again with the one that was on the back and another choice. Until whatever you drop, and when you look at it and your heart goes, yes, that's the choice you make. Okay? Because sometimes our minds get too involved and we can't let our hearts speak. But when you just see something and you just look at it, you automatically go, oh, you're excited, whatever, it shows up. So if you're having a hard time, because sometimes, again, we have a plethora of choices. And sometimes it's hard to make, or sometimes it's a choice between something that's good or something that's better, something that's bad, something that's worse. Okay? So which one? That's an easy way to make a choice. I just call it the jelly sandwich choice. So try it. Think how you feel. We have a plethora of choices. This is my friend, Don Sloboda. He's a unity from Waco. Now look all around him. Look what's happening. Everybody has some kind of electronic except him. Right? Everybody's on their phone, they're reading whatever. He got his old-fashioned book. He's just reading his book because that's the choice he makes. He's not going to choose it. I said earlier, we make a choice between several possibilities, or we choose to do nothing. He's in a cell phone store. His wife is getting a phone. He's just sitting there reading. I'm not getting the phone. I'm doing it the old-fashioned way. Is there a tin can and a string? Because that's what I'll use. Okay, that's what I'll use. So I had gone to again just the plethora of choices. You guys know this place called the Old House Supply Store?
Yes.
What is it? Old Home Supply Store. Oh my God. Oh my God. I just wanted to get some knobs for a drawer that I had. I painted it and I wanted to get some matching. And I found it. I mean, they just had so many choices of used and new, and I finally, and of course, there's a store like on every corner. Like one store is for the doors and one store is for, it's just, there's a store for that, or outlet on each corner of where it is. I can't remember. Because when Glenn and Pat took me, they apparently took me for a tour of Fort Worth before they actually got there. So I have no idea where it actually was. I don't know where we were going, but anyway. So I found exactly what I was looking for, and I grabbed them up and I started walking out. I saw something else, and I thought, oh my God, no, get out! And I'm going to make a date. That is an artist date. I'm going to make a date with myself to go back to just look at one of them. Just spend the afternoon looking in one, and then make another date to look at them. There were so many choices. That's all I'm going to say. There's so many choices. More choices, though, does not necessarily lead to freedom. Sometimes there's so many, like I just said, get out! I couldn't make choices. Jason is one of those people. He was always the design person for our homes. He knew what I liked. I never painted or changed around or did anything. Our homes were always lovely because he was the artist in that room. He could see a lot of stuff. And he would always, at the beginning when he was doing this, he would come to me, I'm not kidding, with 50 shades of blue and say, which one do you like? No. Get it down to 3. That's all you're allowed to bring me. 3. I can pick from 3. I cannot pick from 50. It's so bad for me that when I go to a restaurant, I will choose whether I go to a restaurant or not based on the size of the menu. If there's too many offerings, I have to get out. Like, it's too much. Okay? I will be paralyzed and just say, what does the chef say? Just tell the chef to send something out that's too much. So sometimes the choices we have lead to paralysis, and we absolutely cannot bring about a resolution. The problems of so many choices. I mean, come on! I just cannot make a choice at all. When we do make a choice, then we're worried because there were so many. Did we make the right one? Did we pick the right one? Did we miss an opportunity because we didn't make the right choice? we get disappointed in the choice because we expect, I thought I was going to do more. I thought this computer was going to actually get up and write for me or something, or create more, whatever. But the ultimate issue of making choices in our lives is about happiness. What choice brings us to where we want to be, brings us to who we want to be, and how do we determine what that choice is going to be? We choose and we decide to be happy. So the 4 techniques for choosing. Oh, there it is. I know it was there somewhere. I don't know why it was away over there. Oh, because I have it 2 times here. Okay. So cut down your choices. Less is more. We use the jelly sandwich paradox. Just yes or no. Just put it on there. Just cut down the choices. I don't even bother with adding. As I said, I just cut them down. I'm not looking at 50 pieces. I'm looking at 5. When I go to a restaurant, it needs to look like, I'm not kidding, it needs to look like this.
Yeah.
If you have a bigger restaurant, if your menu is a book, I'm not going. I can't. No. So this is my choice because not everybody gets paralyzed by that, but I do. So if you're one of those people, cut down the choices. Cut them down. Make it real for you. Imagine when you make the choice, whatever the choice is, and if you can, imagine what your life would be like if the choice were to come true. So just make it real for you. Here's one of the ways that looks. I had a fear of flying. I don't anymore, but I did. And even sometimes now, I'll get a little bit nervous on the way to the airport and get on the plane, just a little bit anxious. What calms me down and what helped me to get over that was envisioning myself once I landed. What would my life be like? Because I was on the plane because I wanted to go someplace I wanted to be. I wanted to go over to Thailand to visit my friends and to sing for my friend's fundraiser. So I saw myself in Thailand. It wasn't on the plane. It wasn't going through all of the, what do they call it? Turbulence. That's a horrible name, by the way. Turbulence. It's turbulent. No, it's about to fall. But anyway, so just imagine yourself, if you can. Imagine yourself where you want to be, or seeing the thing in place. How does that feel? How does it look? It's called concretizing something. Concrete. Make it concrete. Make it real. Concretizing. Okay, that's one way. That's another way. The other way is, again, back to, well, this is still about the concretizing, where you get to make this choice and you decide. And one of the things that's easier to make a choice is if all the choices I have, I get to relate it to my core value. If you can, right? You're choosing food. So it doesn't really have a lot to do with core values unless you're trying to be healthy, right? If health is one of your top ones, and you're looking at food, then that's one of the ways. It's just you can have healthy stuff, junk stuff that ice cream I can't do without, whatever. You can make a list of categories and begin to look at the choice you make. Does any of that fit into your core values? Not all of them will, but if they do, it's easier to make a choice. That's one of the ways that you can do it as well. So that's what we do. Just make it real, concretize it, look at the complexity of it, go from more to less if you can. We have to begin to use our core values to make choices. If we want to end up with the life we're looking for, we want to start with our core values. I talk about this all the time. Looking at who you are and saying, this is important to me. I'm going to show up with joy. I'm going to show up with compassion. I'm going to show up with whatever this is that you need to show up with. When you come from that, every time you're looking at what you want to do, it just makes it so much easier. And you get to where you want to go at the end of your life. Who you want it to be. It begins to be that. We have a lot of choices in this society. Daily choices. Which way am I going to go? What event am I going to get involved in? What store am I going to get involved in? What relationships? What affiliations? It can become overwhelming. The best choices are made by looking through our top lenses. Happiness is unwavering choice. So just choose. Just make a choice. Boom! Do it. All right? Done. Just choose. Choose to be happy. Choose to be happy. Make a value choice. Stick with your choice. because you made the best choice based on your values.